Poland.
The do's. Not the do's. Only the don'ts.
What? We went to Poland for like 12 hours or something like that, and we didn't know what the don'ts were, so we might have done some don'ts.
We'll see what Walter's World has to say about the don'ts of Poland, and then we'll make our decision if we didn't do the don'ts or if we did do the don'ts.
I appreciate Walter. He's been to like so many dang countries, and I've used his videos for some good information in the past. So let's see what he has to say today.
This is one of like his higher viewed videos, so this is a Poland Rise Up video.
And his name's not even Walter. His name is Mark from Walter's World.
Marky Mark.
Let's just get into it. If you want to watch our Poland travel vlog, we have it. The link to the video will be in the description, so you can, or in the pinned comment, so you can just watch it and see our experience in the old Poland.
And you can see if we didn't do the don'ts or we did do the don'ts in the video.
Exactly. So let's do it.
Hey there, fellow travelers. Mark here with Walter's World. Today we're in Warsaw, Poland for things you don't do when you are here in Poland. And I'm going to get off started, not even with number one. Before we even get started with number one, I'm going to start with number 0. The thing you need to know before you come here is don't tell or call the Polish Eastern Europeans. You will not make any friends saying that. If you look on a map, you'll see that Poland is actually in the center of Europe, a little bit north, but...
Wait. I want to restart this video quick. Here we go. Hey, you Eastern Europeans.
It's in the center of Europe. And they like to be called Central Europeans, not Eastern Europeans. So I want to get that one out of the way first because that's
wow, you already
probably
did a don't in the don't do the don'ts
really
video.
Upset people. So remember, don't say Eastern Europe, okay? Now, when you're going to meet the Polish people here, our second, or I guess our first don't for you is don't shake hands or say goodbye over the threshold, like in a doorway. People really don't like that. So either make it choose your side. Are you in the door or are you out of the door when you shake hands and say goodbye? Just one of those little things there. And if you do get to meet some Polish people and they invite you to your home, when you go there, if you see they're wearing slippers or they're not wearing shoes, you don't wear your shoes in the house either. It's kind of rude that way. So just 3 quick little ones to start off with, just to give you.
Where in the U.S. do people wear shoes in other people's houses?
I don't know. We're from Minnesota, and I have never seen anyone wear shoes in the house. The only exception is like you forgot your keys and you might run up a few steps to go grab your keys or something, but no one wears the shoes in the house.
What the heck? Like, people act like that's like an American thing. Like, is that just like Minnesota? Because I'm pretty sure he's from like Chicago, and that's Midwest.
I don't know where people wear the shoes in the house. And we're not from like the city in the U.S. either. We're from like the more out of the city where you'd expect maybe people would. I don't know.
I mean, is that like a Irish Italian thing? There's not many Irish and Italians in Minnesota. It's Polish and German ancestry. Is that why?
Yeah, maybe that's why. We're a decent amount Polish percentage in our blood.
So I don't know.
Give you some ideas of hospitality here in Poland. So our next don't for you has to deal with the language. Look, don't underestimate how helpful a few words of Polish will be for you and your visit here, whether you're up in Gdansk, you're down in Krakow or Lublin or wherever, because we all know that no one watching this video probably speaks Polish unless you're Polish by ancestry. And the thing is the Poles know that, and so they learn. They see a lot of people speaking English or German or Russian and stuff like that to help out the tourists. But the thing is, if you know a few words in Polish, it really opens the door. Like, people are really happy, even if it's just like dziękuję, which is like thank you, or prosim, which is please, or piwo, which is beer. I remember
we would try to read those and be like, Dixiu Juju
Jacuzzi
Prazi
Piwo.
Like piwo prosim, they're like, oh hey, they're so happy with it, and it really goes a long way to open up to people, because you'll notice that people seem kind of dour and quiet and stern sometimes, and that's one way to open them up. Okay, now our next don't for you is don't worry about busting the bank when you come here to Poland. Poland is an extremely affordable country to visit. Hotels, eating, drinking, all kinds of stuff, making merry. It is really cheap here. Also, going to the museums is really affordable as well. So it's a nice place to check out. That's why when you go to Krakow...
Unless you're trying to go to the Gdansk World War II Museum and the line is like 1 million people.
People said you like have to go there, and we went there, but not inside because the line just to get in.
We wouldn't have had time. Our flight was too soon. It would have probably been a 2-hour line.
It was really busy in Gdansk at the time we went to. I don't know why. It was so busy.
It was August, I guess. Is that high time for Gdansk?
Yeah, maybe.
They get 10 million tourists from, high-end tourists to low income, not low income, but people that are spending a lot of money on tourism because it's
budget
not
travelers?
an expensive place to be. So that's kind of a cool thing. Now, my fifth don't for you kind of goes along with that.
Except, even though we're budget travelers, the country we went to before Poland was Iceland, and then after was North Italy.
Eating and drinking.
Not the cheapest.
Don't drink in public in Poland. Look, you can get arrested or fined for drinking in public. Now, you see this nice square here.
Interesting.
Yes, you can eat and drink at the restaurants and the bars like that, no problem. But if you're going to take some wine or a beer, the local beer, which are pretty good here, and go take that to a park and drink there with your friends, you can get in trouble with the cops. So make sure you do not drink in public. To go along with that, don't forget you need to have an ID with you all the time. If you don't want to carry your passport with you, what I do is I'll actually have my driver's license from home and a photocopy of my passport with my passport locked up back at the hotel. So you do have that because the cops could ask you for it if they really wanted to. They usually don't bother the tourists, so it's not that big of a deal, but just in case so you know.
Interesting. Is that Poland or is that EU? Because you can just walk wherever you want. You could just walk into Poland from Germany if you wanted to.
Yeah, that's true.
So, interesting.
Now, our next don't for you is don't try to pay with big bills. Now, big bills are like 50 zlotys or 100 zlotys, like 100 or 50. If it's like under 20, because people ask you, do you have anything smaller? They're always going to ask for a smaller bill. The thing is, when you go to the ATMs, it gives you 50s and 100s. When you go get a beer or something like that, it's 7 or 8. I'm like, do you have some smaller bills? You have some smaller bills? So when you go to museums, you go to like big stores and stuff like that, use the bigger bills there, the hundreds and stuff like that, to break them into 10s and 20s. So then you can go get your little snacks. Maybe you want your little, Polish donut, or you want to go get a hot dog or something like that when you're here, or just grab a beer. You need that change, okay? So don't use the big bills here, right? Another don't I have for you is don't forget to tip when you are here. Usually you tip 10 to 15%. 10% is normal, 15% of it's good. But you can look on the menu and
see.
Some restaurants already put that 10% on there.
I think ours might have.
Because we definitely did not tip.
No.
We're in Iceland and they don't do tipping, and then we went to Italy and they don't do tipping. But Italy has the coperto.
Yeah.
So
I think ours had it on there. I don't remember if we did or didn't look for it, but I remember looking on some menus for that specifically.
So we only ate at 2 restaurants. So.
The place I wait here on the square. Remember, you're not going to bust the bank, so didn't feel ripped off because it was so cheap. The 10% was already included. She was very nice and helpful. I gave her a little bit extra on there.
Look at those.
No big deal, okay?
Those potatoes look good.
And going along with that, when
else.
you pay your bill, they'll always ask you to pay with credit card or cash. And if you're going to pay with cash, if you put the money in the little thing and give it to them, don't say thank you unless you want them to keep all the money, okay? So let's say you got 110 bill and you give them 150, you say thank you or dziękuję, they'll think, a 40 tip for me, and they'll just walk away with it. You need to tell them, here's this, then they'll bring your change back, and then you leave your tip
for
like
sure.
that.
It would
so
be like
have
waiting.
Those things there. What I try to do is just have the tip already there. Now you might tell them, look, I want to pay 140, and so they'll just have the tip from there and give you your 10 back if you have 100 and a 50. No big deal there. My 10th don't for you is don't be late. The Poles are actually pretty much an on-time kind of people, like their German neighbors. If you're going to be late to somebody's house you're going to visit, make sure you call or text them or WhatsApp them before so they know you're running behind, because it's kind of rude to be late when you are here. I mean, I was at the museum this morning, and it was supposed to open up at 10. The guy unlocked it like at 10:01, and people were like, come on, it says 10 o'clock, let's go. So you do have that there, so make sure you are on time. And my last don't for you.
Maybe that transfers over into Minnesota with the German and Polish ancestry, because I would say that's typical in Minnesota to be on time, and it's disrespectful if you're not on time.
Yeah, especially for work things and things like
if,
that.
You have an appointment at a doctor and they expect you there on the time, whatever.
If it's like a family gathering or just friends, you'd be like, I'll be there at 4. Mm-hmm. So it's usually, you usually have I feel like a 10 minute before, 10 minute after window, but it's interesting. Yeah. Poland, we got to remember.
Because here in the Philippines, which is where we currently are, even professional things like a business meeting, people are going to be late. It's common for people to just constantly show up late to work even.
It's not even 10 minutes. It's up to half an hour.
We were looking at condos, and the realtor showed up 20 minutes late, and we were already 5 to 10 minutes late. And they were showing us a condo for us. Interesting.
It was don't fall for the nature tourism propaganda in Poland. Look, you'll see lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of tourism videos about the nature of Poland, and there are some beautiful natures here. The Tatras
Interesting.
Mountains in the south by Zakopane, when you go, skiing in the in the winter. You can go to the Masurian Lakes in the north. It's just beautiful. There's a castle there. There's all kinds of great nature here. But look, if it's your first time to Poland, focus on the cool cities that are here. Krakow is amazing with the town square and the cloth hall and the churches and the Wawel Hill, and you can go out to see Auschwitz and Birkenau, the concentration camps. It's a very moving experience. You can go up to Gdansk in the very north and see that city. It's beautiful. Lublin. Come here and check out Warsaw, and you can get around pretty easy. Don't worry about getting around. I guess will be another one. Don't worry about getting around in Poland. There's lots of buses and trains that go all over the place. It is a big country, so it does take time, but don't be too worried about it. Anyway, those are some of the don'ts we have about Poland. I actually have another don't video just for Krakow, the don'ts of Krakow, which I hope you'll check out. If you do like videos like this, we put out 2 travel videos every week, every Wednesday and Saturday. So please do click that subscribe button. We really do appreciate it. And you can always find us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, obviously YouTube. And we really appreciate those likes and subscriptions. Oh, and comments. So I'll say bye from Warsaw.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you for your information, Mr. Mark.
Informational. Now we know. I mean, a lot of these things were like, if you like know people from Poland too.
Yes, I like how specific he gets. Like, he's not just like, don't be loud in public, or
Don't steal things from the store.
don't murder people.
You can't murder in Poland?
I guess not.
It's not like the U.S.
Ah,
Dang. Yeah, I mean, a lot of good information. I mean, some things are obvious and some things are not as obvious. So it's like, oh, there is a tip, by the way. In a lot of other European countries, there's not.
it's nice to have that difference. Like, one of the things he points out is that even though it's in Europe and part of the EU, it has a different policy on the tipping than a lot of the other countries.
The ID thing is still weird to me. Like, is that like legit? Like, that'll happen? Or is that like something they say, but it doesn't really happen?
'Cause what happens if your ID gets stolen?
Yeah. I
Like,
mean,
what if you get robbed? Not just in Poland, but like they say that about other countries too that are like much more dangerous or likely to get robbed. What happens if you get robbed? Then you just have no ID?
I don't know. I didn't have my passport in the Philippines for like 6 weeks. I don't know.
I don't know.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Hopefully you enjoyed. Check out our Poland vlog. Link down in the pinned comment below, and we will see you in the next one. Bye.